Back once again.
I used to say I was free.
I fucking love
Now all these
this.
people
It's that
wanna
Post
keep on
Malone.
taking pieces of
Blame it on me.
me.
Take a second, vibe with it.
They take away everything, everything that I need.
All right, tonight we're gonna be talking about the absolute power of constructive criticism, plus the gift and curse of wearing your heart on your sleeve. What's up, Nafisa? Yo, how you doing? I don't know if my screen just went away. And let me know if I'm still on the screen, like my webcam went black. Yeah. All right. Here we go. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. We got a lot of people. They don't want to take that constructive criticism. It's never their fault. They're always the victim. We finna change that tonight. Hey, but give me a thumbs up if you can see me though, because I'm gonna just run as if you can, and hopefully you can hear me as well. All right, so check it. Tonight will be a transformational night for you in your life, because we have a lot of people. Hey, walaikum salam. We got a lot of people out here with this victim's mentality, not realizing that they're creating every aspect of their life. And when it comes to becoming a creator, you must understand that you're going to make mistakes, and mistakes are okay. People trying to be perfect out here. I can see you, it's clear picture and the sound is good. Hey, I can't see myself, but you know what? I'm not focused on me anyway. This is for you. So when it comes to growth, realize that you're either green and growing or you're ripe and rottening. You should always have a thirst for knowledge, and you should always want to be better. I like to say that I'm focused on becoming better today than I was yesterday, so that tomorrow I can become even better than I was today. Now, a lot of that comes with constructive criticism. Now, there's a difference between criticism just to destroy your self-esteem and just make you feel like shit. And then there's another thing called constructive criticism, which is really coming from love. Full moon tonight. Hey, shout out. Oh, so she on the energies with it. When the person is coming from love, you must have an open mind. Like they say, the most expensive thing to own is a closed mind, because if you have a closed mind, you no longer are open to new ideas. You're no longer open to new experiences. So let's just say that you have a job, or there's something that you're doing. Now, you're not going to always do it perfect, especially if it's the first time you've ever done it. You're going to mess up, and that's okay. Take all of these quote unquote failures as temporary defeats and utilize that as the fuel to help you grow and flow on a stream that is your success and your significance. We'll talk about success and significance later in another live. I just had that thought. So there's a certain way to give and receive criticism. Let me teach you how to give criticism, and then also how to receive it. The most powerful technique that I've ever learned when it comes to giving somebody constructive criticism is called the sandwich technique. And if you're a manager, if you're a leader, if you're a business owner, if you have people that you work with, this will absolutely transform your relationships with them. So the first thing is you notice something good about them and what they're doing. So, hey, I noticed that you're really working hard, and I see you. I see you really putting in that effort. That's step one. Step two is when you hit them with the actual criticism. But I noticed that we could actually work on a few things here and here. then the last step is you sandwich it and you close the sandwich with something good as well. Oh, just like I was saying before, you're absolutely killing it. So we're going to repeat that real quick. Look, hey, I see you working hard. I see you doing what you need to do, and I truly appreciate you for that. However, there's a few things that I feel like we can truly improve on to make the experience even better for all of us. But with that being said, hey, good job, great job. We're just looking to make it a fantastic job. Like, notice how that's different than, man, you need to work harder, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, you're not cutting it, man. Hey, we could hire somebody else for this position. That's a totally different energy. You got the person over here trying to really, and people, they don't really do this consciously. Like they say, hurt people hurt people. You have some people that will go out of their way to disrespect you, just like we talked about before. People that go out their way to disrespect you don't have self-respect, so they can't share that, they can't give that. People who go out of their way to make you feel like shit, they feel like shit, which is why that's the only energy that they can flow with. But people that actually love and appreciate you and care about you, they'll go out of their way and, quote, this is key, they'll put you aside and talk to you. They'll talk to you alone, one-on-one, and be like, hey, what I just told you, the whole sandwich technique. So that's how you give criticism. How you receive criticism is take it with a breath of humility. Be humble. Like, don't walk in a place thinking that you know everything, because guess what? One of my favorite Chinese proverbs was, the wise man knows that he knows nothing, but the fool thinks that he knows everything. So you got the wise man, and you know what wisdom is. There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is just the information. Wisdom comes with experience. So you got somebody that's experienced in life, business, or whatever the aspect is, but they realize, I really don't know nothing. The more I learn, the more I grow, the more I realize I don't know. You feel me? Versus the fool thinking they know everything, they're the biggest shit in here, and they're finna just make some waves. These are the people that you see crash and burn, because they're driven by ego. And it's okay to have an ego and a high self-esteem, but you must learn to control that thing, because you can crash and burn. Let's see, we say good picture. Fool. Hey, shout out to Brian Spector, homie. Haven't seen you in a while. Perfect explanation. Leader versus boss. Exactly. Speaking on leader versus boss, there's an image, multiple images. There's an image of a slave driver just whipping his employees, and they're just pulling like some long blocks and bricks and shit. And then the boss is just sitting back doing this. But then on the other hand, you have the leader that's actually in front of everybody else pulling it, and the people are following them. The other image is you have the boss up at the top, just kind of just kicking people off and just knocking them off, and really just not respecting the people. And then on the other hand, you have the leader pretty much in the middle. I believe they might have been at the top as well, but you see them reaching down. You see them pulling their people out. You see them giving them not a hand out, but a hand up. So when we go back to having humility and receiving criticism, understand that when it's coming from the right source, it's designed to help you grow. It's designed to help you improve. It's designed to help you become a better version of yourself. Because if you look back on your life and who you were 5 years ago, you should just be absolutely disgusted. You should be like, damn, I did not know I was on that. Like, that's not who I am. But if you look back on your life and you see the same shit, then that might tell you something. The next 5 years might be a little bit like these. And guess what? If you didn't like that 5 years, it's up to you to change it. It's up to you to pivot and shift. And you utilize that by taking constructive criticism. Look, you can pretty much tell me however you want. Tell me whatever you want. Just say it with an air of respect. Like, take my feelings as a human being into consideration. And then we can utilize this relationship to propel each other forward towards our purpose and our passions. You feel me? Now let's talk about wearing your heart on your sleeve, the gift and the curse. Now I am a person who just absolutely wears his heart on his sleeve. Like, that's just the way I live. I live an unfiltered life. Like, I don't have no reason to put on a mask or anything like that. Hey, shout out to Subin. Subin, I got you. I got you on the room of relaxation, bro. Don't forget. I'm gonna do a little relaxation hypnotic exercise for him, and I'll go live so you can utilize that as well. Um, but when you're wearing your heart in your sleeve, the gift is that you truly realize who's there for you and who's really playing games with you, because you just are open. You're out there sharing the information. You're out there really giving the love. You're out there really helping the people and your family and your community and everything like that. And that's really the gift. That's a gift that you can give by being 100% authentic. Now, the curse is when you start to realize that, hey, some of these people wasn't really for you, fam. Some of these, friends, family, associates, they really were plotting in disguise. And to be honest, that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been robbed like 3 times from quote unquote brothers. And, that's because I wore my heart on my sleeve. I was just doing what I do. And, I expected them to approach it from a place of love. And I didn't understand that, they had greed on their mind. I didn't understand that they saw me as a dollar sign. I didn't understand that our relationship was only worth $20, which is what one of them happened. So it's like, if this person is going to rob you for $20, imagine what they would do if you had 20 million, 200 million, 2 billion. So that in itself is also the gift, because when you extract these people from your life, you start to realize who's really real there, because they're still there. Notice the people that you've been rocking with for the last 5 to 10 years. You've probably had hundreds of relationships in that time, but notice the people that actually stay. Notice the people that are still here. And also notice the people that you've beefed with, but they're still here. They're still growing. Like, shout out to Retro. Like, I done shouted him out so many times. There was a point when me and Retro, we pretty much didn't like each other. It probably only lasted a week or so, but we grew through that experience, and we became brothers out of that. Because what do brothers do? They fight, they argue, they bicker, they complain. But you know what? At the end of the day, they still have love for each other. And I got love in my heart for Retro. That's my bro, him and his little brother, DJ. Shout out to DJ, aka Kiddo. And it's just so powerful. Like, when you truly accept and give constructive criticism, don't take it personally unless it is personal. Don't let nobody fool you and say, hey, it's not personal, it's business, quote unquote, because that shit is personal, fam. If it wasn't personal, then they would have never had to bring up that whole topic. So, I just wanted to share that a little bit. Shout out to Brian, shout out to Subin, shout out to Nafisa. Man, it's been some minutes. Shout out to all the people that came through. Also, I do appreciate you coming through and listening. If there's any topics that you want me to go on, or should I say grow on, let me know. Feel free to like, comment, and share, and we can do these things more often. So with that being said, shout out to the universe and expect wealth now and later.